Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. As you can clearly see, I've had those 3 strawberry beds for a little while. My wife really didn't like the idea of putting these strawberry beds in the front yard. She thought they'd look funny. So I had to assure her that they're going to look good. So we're progressing nicely, but there's a million things to do on the homestead. And you know, life is busy. But let me show you what I've done. Nate's been a vital part of this. His strong back. So it's good to have a strong back around. We put in the other 2 beds. This is in the front of the house, so it has to look good. So my goal is to get all the grass up, and we're going to put about 3 to 4 inches of river rock. Now the river rock is absolutely free. Me and Nate will have to go to the river and get it. I'm not stealing. I'm getting it from the property I own, and by the laws in South Carolina, I can take whatever rock and sand I want out of that river that goes over my property, because I actually own the land underneath. I don't own the water in the sense that it's a river. But I can use all those resources. Now, if I start selling the rock and the sand commercially, I got to get a permit, but I could do it. But I can use as much as I want for my personal use. So we're going to go get it. It's beautiful, has a lot of quartz in it. I'll show it to you. We're going to put a layer of river rock in here, so it's beautiful. And that meets the requirement. The wife wants it to look nice. And it'll be great for keeping the weeds down. We are going to put cardboard down in all the walkways, and then we'll put the river rock. Now, if you're in the suburban area and you're like, man, how can I fortify my house? This is how you do it. You make something that looks nice. It looks nice. It creates a place where you could put flowers if the wife wants flowers. In a grid down, or worst case, you can rip those flowers out and put vegetables. Or if you can just put vegetables right now, I think it'd be a huge advantage with the cost of food just skyrocketing. So you can design it. Now, I have them going different ways. For me, it's not that big about security here. I have other things that I have that planned for. Plus, I live out in the country. And I can project my security a little farther just because the road is private. But, worst case, this is a great position. As you can see, I'm down a little bit. This is a slope. So whatever you got, if you don't have a slope, if you have a level suburban lawn, you just build on top like I did on these, and it'll work great. But realistically, in a worst case event, this could be the start of my security position to protect my house if you're in the suburbs. You could build this thing, the neighbors will say, oh, that's beautiful. They're not gonna think anything about security, but lay it out to make your place more secure. This is like a bunker. And you can add to it. I just threw 1 sandbag here. This normally doesn't stay here. But if you have a limited amount of sandbags, now if you have river rock or something in here, you could take your sandbags, in an emergency, pull your river rock out, put it in your sandbags. It'd probably give you 30 or 40 easy, maybe more, probably more, a lot more. So maybe 50 of these sandbags if you steal your small river rock gravel. So now, with that, I could definitely fortify. Now, at this point, the neighbors are going to say, hey, you're fortified. But at that point, it doesn't matter how it looks. Your job is to keep your family safe and your neighborhood safe. So these would work great. 50 of these in the closet. It's a beautiful thing, but it's also security. Let's say, get some big pots. I can move this around. It adds more ballistic protection. It also adds a little cover. You know, behind it, people might not be able to see my head poking up. So, multi-purpose, additional planting area, and different, more ballistic protection. So, what we have out here is strawberries. I cannot, look at that. We're gonna pick a bunch today. Next year, we're gonna get a ton of strawberries. We have those other beds over there. This year, these 2 beds, one is gonna be cucumber, one is gonna be squash. I'm going to leave those strawberries over there, but these things spread like crazy. As you can see, massive amount of spreading. You harvest some out, plant it somewhere else. So this late fall, or early fall, excuse me, I will probably transplant some of these into these beds. But for this year, you're going to have cucumber and squash bed up front. Put some concrete bench in there. It looks beautiful, it'll last forever, it's hard for someone to steal, and guess what? I can lift this thing off, prop it up here, and have more ballistic protection so I can get down in here. Let me show you what we're doing for dirt. what is the total cost of this project that I'm doing here? Well, you know I got these for free. So I got all my decking boards, the synthetic decking boards for free. I got the bench for free. I just had to go pick it up and haul it. So there's a lot of salvage. Those 3 beds, I got all the dirt for free from my buddy. This I had to buy. So this and this cost me like $75 in good composted dirt. And it's good stuff. As you can tell, that has a lot of red in it, and it would be redder, but it's got some topsoil mixed in. Now, fertilizer has exploded in price. I try not to use any synthetic fertilizer. I put some back for an emergency. Fertilizer's crazy, so I have to use good old rabbit manure. This has not composted down enough. I wish it was more composted, but it's not, and I don't have any left. So what we did was we mixed this in with the good dirt, stirred it all up with the forks, and this is what we're going to be planting in. This needs another year. It'd be better, but it's good stuff. Rabbit manure you can throw right in there. It's not hot. Like chicken manure could burn your plants, so it's better to compost that sufficiently. So what's our goal here? Our goal now is to get this grass killed, cardboard down, go to the river and have fun. I'll show you what we're doing. The cool thing about the river is it's fun. You get in there, we got a big sifter. We just shovel it, let the sand go through. But the cool thing is we can find Indian pottery in that stuff. We can find all kinds of cool stuff. We have found Indian pottery from a long time ago. I can't remember if it's 800 years old, 900 years, I can't remember what he told me, but we took it to an expert, and the reason he can date it is because they took a corn cob that had been totally eaten and rolled it onto the wet pot, and it leaves the thing. I'll show you that in the next video I do around here, or when we do on the river. So for me to get the river rock is fun. We'll take the boys over there and we'll have loads of fun. We'll find cool things and we'll bring some. Really, that river rock is very expensive. So it's a double benefit. I save money, have fun, and maybe find some more pottery, maybe some arrowheads, some cool stuff. So you're gonna need to get some dirt. This project could cost a lot of money if you can't salvage anything, but look at this. It's actually making your house more valuable. It's definitely providing a place to grow food. It provides beauty. It provides raising your property, definitely in price. And the biggest thing for me is security. This is the start of something that can be used to secure your property. So start thinking about that. Start preparing. If you haven't done any garden beds at all, this is the way to go. It does a lot more than just a flat space. If you can't afford all this stuff, look around and maybe you can do other things to give you security and ability to plant some food. Thanks for watching.